pick up that first ACC win of the season. But having to try to do it against a top 5 ranked team. Notre Dame coming in number 4 in the country. Right at tip-off, we welcome you to Carmichael Arena in Chapel Hill. The 22nd ranked Tar Heels hosting number 4 Notre Dame. Kennedy Todd Williams starts it off with a bang for North Carolina.
Everything that North Carolina does here, having lost 4 in a row, has to do with effort. They have to be better on the glass. They got to take care of the basketball, and they have to play with pace if they're going to knock off Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, the second highest scoring team in the league, over 84 points per game. Very consistent with their starting lineup. Mabry, Miles, Citron, Westfeld, and Watson on the inside. 5 to shoot now. Here is Olivia Miles. Westfeld. Good box out. Eva Hodgson getting it done on the boards.
North Carolina defensively is going to have to be able to play straight up. It is so challenging to try to help off of any of Notre Dame's shooters. They're too balanced, and they score from all 5 positions.
Deja Kelly makes it 5-0 North Carolina to start.
And Deja Kelly is so good off the bounce. One of the top 25 players in the country, along with Olivia Miles, number 5 with the ball in her hands.
Both of those players on the Wooden midseason list.
North Carolina showing a hedge and tagging the roller that leaves Westfeld wide open. Couple of good looks from Maddie Westfeld.
Husby fouled on the inside by Westfeld.
This is why Deja Kelly is one of the top scoring guards in the country. She has the ability off the bounce to get by her defender off the screen. They go under, and she quickly gets into the rhythm of her jumper.
Hodgson found Poole wide open, one dribble, up and in.
Well, I'm not sure Courtney Banghart could have asked for a better start out of her team, having lost 4 in a row to make their first 3 baskets at home.
There was a really good feel, though, at shoot-around for North Carolina earlier today. Nobody hanging their heads, a lot of fire, positivity. This team excited to get back on their home floor for the first time in 2023. Again, the Irish deep in the shot clock. First inside shot attempt for the Irish, and Westfeld makes good.
And that's why Olivia Miles is so good at distributing. There wasn't much of a window to get that pass inside.
Husby up and over Westfeld.
Hey, if this is going to be all about offense all game, I'm perfectly fine with that.
I know you are. Hard foul whistled on the floor. Thompson goes down.
Well, if you don't see 2 hips and 2 shoulders, Olivia Miles did the right thing. You take it off the bounce right to the basket. North Carolina's got to pick her up earlier in transition so that she has, you try to keep her on one side of the floor. If you let her slice the floor and let her see and do what she wants to do, she can pick you apart.
That was a foul on Hodgson. It'll put Miles on the free throw line.
I didn't know that was in the act of shooting. I thought that was on the floor.
Miles' numbers in conference play pretty similar to what she's done overall this season. Really a do-it-all point guard for the Irish. Tar Heels have been perfect from the floor so far. Made the first 4 shots. Kelly pulls up. Miles will push the tempo if it's there. Running down the floor to Citron.
Well, North Carolina will be fine with that tempo, especially with Ebo on the floor.
Todd Williams to Osby. That one all but in. And Lauren Ebo has been a key player off the bench for the Irish this season.
Well, she is so good when the game slows down. It is at her pace where she can get inside position in the paint.
First field goal for Miles, pulling Notre Dame closer.
So Kennedy Todd Williams wants a clear out.
Usby. Under 10 now. Todd Williams.
That's back-to-back contested pull-up jump shots by North Carolina when they were having so much success scoring early. Watch Miles, here's what I'm talking about. You let her shift sides of the floor, and she has such great vision in the middle third. That is a very talented turnaround fade away by the young sophomore Olivia Miles.
Ebo lost it a little bit, got herself way deep.
That didn't go out of bounds behind the basket?
Looked like it did hit. Not whistled that way. And that's a travel as Usby just lost her footing. Tar Heels cooling off a little after a red-hot start. But an encouraging start nonetheless. Neil Ivy's Notre Dame team, 12-1 overall, 3-0 in conference play. One of now only 2 teams, along with Duke, unbeaten in conference play after Florida State lost earlier today.
We've been watching Neil Ivy for 3 years, replacing Muffin McGraw, the Naismith Hall of Famer. Today, in shoot-around, this was as prepared, as confident, and as assured as I've seen Neil in any game that we've covered. I mean, they are ready for anything that North Carolina might throw at them. Well, that's what they appear to be prepared for.
Offensive foul here on Ebo.
This is a great rotation. Usby gets outside the restricted area. But that's one of their advantages with Ebo on the floor. When the game slows down, she is really tough in the quarter court to defend. They did a good job on her on that play.
This is the only meeting of the regular season for these 2 teams. 14th meeting overall.
You know what, Jen, I've said all year, I thought Notre Dame had the toughest schedule. I know people have challenged me on that, but they play all the top teams on the road, and they only play them once, and they got to play Louisville twice. At the beginning of the season, it looked like the hardest schedule.
Miles. Citron in some trouble, taken away by Hodgson.
Well, that was a tough place to get the ball.
Todd Williams steps back, good!
You know, right before the last play, Courtney Banghart looked at Kennedy Todd Williams after that tough miss 2 and gave her the thumbs up and the encouragement, the positive body language. Well, she wasn't shy about taking another tough shot.
6-point Tar Heel lead. Seven for Miles. Kelly defending Olivia Miles. Mabry in the corner. A good start to this one so far. North Carolina off to a great start at home against number 4 Notre Dame. Working it on the defensive end. Trying to turn the little D into O. Tar Heels lead it 11-5. Special moment before the game here today. Deja Kelly being honored for scoring her 1,000th point in the last game for the Tar Heels. Their loss on Thursday at Miami. 39th player in program history to reach that milestone, and she's been putting up the big numbers. Debbie, the last 4, North Carolina's not been able to get a win, but the last 3, she scored 20 points per game.
Well, Notre Dame has so much respect for her that KK Bransford is in the game and is going to face guard her, which means they're trying not to let her catch the ball at all. See if North Carolina can get others to make plays. This is KK, the freshman, number 14, on Kelly.
She got knocked off with the screen. Todd Williams, sky high for the rebound. Mabry calling for it. She had the hot hand the last time these 2 teams met. Knocked down 6 threes in the Notre Dame win on their home floor last year.
And North Carolina has to be careful about over-rotating defensively to help, because Notre Dame has had 3 wide-open triples that they have missed. They're 0 for 4, but I don't expect Mabry to miss very many. I mean, she's made as many threes as just about anyone in the history of Notre Dame basketball. Almost. Got a couple of sisters there to deal with.
She does. 296 made threes in Dara Mabry's career, 5th amongst all active players in the country. They are really making life tough for Ebo down low. But she stays with it, gets the points.
I mean, that's just the determination of Lauren Ebo to stay with that play in a crowd.
Kelly.
See, I think Deja can get that shot at any point in the offense, and then she lets Olivia Miles go right by her.
Well, that's going to be a foul against Olivia Miles, who is almost a case of wrong place, wrong time. Third team foul on the Irish this quarter.
Watch right here, Deja Kelly just lets her drive by, and Citron loses it on the way. I think Usby might have got a piece of that.
Well, the Tar Heels made their first 4 shots. They're 1 of 8 since. Foul from Bransford will allow the Tar Heels to reset. How does North Carolina get the good rhythm back on the offensive end, Debbie?
They got to play inside out. They got to move the ball. It can't be one pass and a shot. That plays into Notre Dame's defensive scheme. You got to make the Irish guard. Make them defend.
Kelly. Poole, offensive rebound.
The degree of difficulty for Deja Kelly right now on the shot attempts are tough. I mean, she's got to find a way to get some easy ones.
Kelly 1 of 5 so far, 6 on the shot clock now for the Tar Heels. Crowd counting them down, and Hodgson, no foul there as Ebo just held her ground. And the pass from Mabry out of bounds will get her back to North Carolina. 4th turnover by the Irish.
It's not going to show up in the stats early on, but Anya Poole is busting it on the defensive end for North Carolina. She's doing a great job in their ball screen defense. She's being disruptive. She's holding her own against a bigger player in Ebo. She's rebounding. She's the kind of player for North Carolina that doesn't need to take a shot to have an impact on the game.
Miles on the bench at the moment for Notre Dame. Ebo Westfeld working inside. Poole grabs the ball.
There's another rebound for Poole. That's her 4th board here in the first quarter.
Couple of substitutions coming on the floor. Destiny Adams, Paulina Paris for North Carolina. It's been 3.5 minutes without a point for the Tar Heels.
Here's a situational offensive possession, a baseline out of bounds. These are the plays you got to execute on very well if you're going to knock off the number 4 team in the country.
Fresh off the bench and in the game, Adams can't get it to go. This will be foul against North Carolina. Todd Williams, her first.
It's tough for Destiny Adams. Hasn't even gotten a sweat yet, and the first time you touch the ball, you shoot it. That's not usually the way things work, but she was open.
Well, I mentioned the scoring drought for North Carolina. However, they are holding one of the top scoring teams, not only in the ACC, but in the country, to single digits right now with a minute to play in the first quarter.
And North Carolina gone to their 3-2 matchup.
That is a jump ball. Tar Heels thought they had a clean block. Maya Forsberg, Tiara Cruz, Katie Lukanich, our referee crew today.
Look at Adams move her feet, cuts off Westbeld. I didn't see much there except for a block.
Well, there was another one on the inbounds play. Westbeld got it. Usby came flying in for the block.
I think Alyssa Usby is one of the most athletic 4 or 5s in the ACC, especially when she rebounds. That's when she shows off her athleticism because she doesn't need an outlet pass. She goes. She just busts it up the floor.
Mabry still looking for her first three. She's been off so far to start this one. Offensive foul on Deja. It's her first.
I don't know about that one either. I mean, Deja Kelly, did she lower her shoulder? Did she push off? She does not do either one of those. Mabry sells it.
Offensive foul, the call, and so Notre Dame with the basketball.
There's no push off there.
Westbeld.
We started out like a very fast-paced, high-scoring offensive game. It has really slowed down here in the first quarter.
You said, I think we're going to have all offense, and I like it. And all of a sudden, things not coming so easy.
Notre Dame staying in their man.
And we're looking, but this has got to be amongst the lowest point productions for the Irish in a quarter all season. Usby wanting a couple more, gets them.
Great ISO, late clock, late quarter. Usby from the elbow, one-on-one. Nice up and under move off the glass. North Carolina with a 6-point lead. Excellent 4 guards, along with Elizabeth Kitley, who's the preseason pick for Player of the Year in the ACC.
Maybe a couple more you might have in the conversation there, Debbie, though, right? In terms of our two teams here today?
Well, I like Usby. I think Usby does a lot of things that go unnoticed on the floor. I think she's a big part of North Carolina's effort today to win because of the matchups that she'll face against Notre Dame. I also think Sonia Citron is an excellent player, and her numbers are outstanding. I think people that have followed and listened to me know that I think very highly of Sonia Citron.
Citron picking up the foul on the last play, her first.
And then Maddie Westbeld, you know, she's their 5th scorer in double figures. At some nights, the 5th option. And she used to be the 1st option, and she's adapted her role very well.
Well, the crowd liking the play from the Tar Heels. Destiny Adams, did she get it off in time? It was close.
Mai Forsberg looked at the table and gave the circle finger signal with her finger, letting them know that they will review whether that got off on time.
So for now, the basket counts.
If it had been a late game situation, they would review it right away, but they don't stop playing the first half.
Watson loses it on the inside. It's Adams diving to the floor, doing the work on both ends. Tar Heels on the run, but Miles back defensively, coming at you. Cameraman back there.
See, there's the athleticism of Alyssa Usby, who Courtney Banghart tells us wins every sprint in practice.
Citron takes it away, leads the charge for Notre Dame. Takes her time and is fouled on the shot attempt. She'll go to the free throw line. She's the Irish's best free throw shooter, 88%, as Kelly picks up her 2nd personal.
First team foul to the line to shoot for Notre Dame, number 11, Sonia Citron.
You talked about what a good player Sonia Citron is. I mean, just great numbers across the board. That field goal percentage amongst the best in the conference.
I mean, she's almost a 50, 40, 90. She's 88% from the floor, or from the free throw line. That is outstanding. That doesn't happen very often for a player, especially a guard who takes the kind of shots that she takes. They're not all layups. Todd Williams clearing it out. I thought she was going to reject that screen, but she's good going to that right hand. And Destiny Adams has done a nice job on the floor, playing her role, moving without the ball. Set a really good screen right there to free up Kennedy Todd Williams.
When we talked to Courtney Banghart earlier today, that was one of the things she said it had to be better for her team to pick up their first ACC win, try to upset the 4th-ranked team, that moving without the basketball, to collectively be better offensively. As Adams spins to the basket, Ebo the rebound. Miles steps back, had her foot on the line, it's a long 2. 5 in the game for Miles, leading scorer, leading rebounder. Also leads in assists and steals for the Irish.
I think Niele Ivey has done a fantastic job with this team, having them ready for what they may see against North Carolina, and overall just the intel and the experience that she can bring. Having won a national championship as a player herself, playing in the WNBA at a high level, and then producing a kid that's one of the best young players in the NBA, and her son, Jaden Ivey.
Yeah, Mom gets some credit for that too.
Absolutely. North Carolina back in their zone.
Notre Dame shooting just 22% for the game, 0 for 6 now from 3.
They only make 5 on the average a game. And Notre Dame doing a really good job of getting back in transition and forcing North Carolina to have to execute.
Hodgson tried to dump it off at the last moment to Poole, winds up turning it over. Miles in the open floor.
That's a tough shot. And if you let her get a full head of steam coming right down the middle of the floor, she's capable.
2-point lead now for North Carolina. Hodgson hits the floor hard. It will stay with North Carolina under the basket. I want to give you our ACCN Wednesday night college basketball doubleheader at 7 Eastern. Blake Hinton and Pittsburgh will be squaring off against number 16 Duke at Cameron Indoor. Then Florida State going to Winston-Salem, taking on one of the league's top scorers in Tyree Appleby and Wake Forest. Also catch those on the ESPN app. Off the inbounds, Kelly hits her second field goal.
That's the situational offense that we were talking about earlier. That's really important for North Carolina to be able to execute.
Watson.
Good D.
Miles stepping in to take it away, then setting up Bransford. A freshman coming off her best game in a Notre Dame uniform a week ago against Boston College, Bransford.
Multiple defenders on Deja Kelly. Some of it is because of transition and they get matched up.
Ebo has been big on the boards. That's her 7th rebound of the game, off the bench for the Irish. And then Bransford in transition is fouled. Foul on Usby, her first. That'll put Bransford on the line. The Irish have done a good job getting to the line this season, taking advantage of this part of the game.
I think everyone views them as a great three-point shooting team. I think they're a good three-point shooting team. This is what they're great at. Getting to the free throw line, playing up-tempo, being aggressive off the bounce, playing in their Chet and Princeton action.
Kelly being defended by Mabry, who's frustrated, but is whistled for the foul. 13th foul in the quarter against the Irish.
Target basketball out of bounds at the
Kelly got a good look on the last inbounds play for the Tar Heels. This time she finds Hodgson in the corner. Ball tapped away, kept alive, in possession for Kelly, no. Irish tie it up off the two from Mabry.
Smart. No one stopped the ball. North Carolina's transition defense needs to be better.
Somehow, Todd Williams keeps this ball in North Carolina possession. Nearly lost it. Kelly pulls up from the ACC logo. Miles says, here you go, Mabry. Hit another, and she does. First lead for the Irish. When you have a hot hand, you find it. Right now, Dara Mabry starting to find her stroke for number 4, Notre Dame. Irish taking their first lead of the afternoon. You see the numbers they typically put up, a little less, although those numbers starting to creep up a little more now in the second quarter, Debbie, as the Irish on a 7-0 run to take the lead.
Well, they've been able to play in transition, and when you let Notre Dame run the floor and have great vision, there's so many weapons and ways they can beat you. Mabry scored the last 5 points for them. And while we were at the break, they did take a look at that shot clock, what they thought might have been a violation. It counted.
So our score stays as is, 2017 Notre Dame leading North Carolina. Hodgson, round and out. Miles, off on the 3. Now Todd Williams does well just to keep the ball in her hands.
Oh no. She went down right after she scored. I was just getting ready to say, Kennedy Todd Williams looks at Coach Banghart and says, I'm all right. But you know what? Olivia Miles already has a foul, so you see her back there on defense, and you're trying to make sure you score because you want to put some pressure on her defensively because she's so good offensively.
Todd Williams not only back on her feet, a little smile to reassure her coach and everybody else in Carolina blue. Tar Heels take it away.
That is the 6th Notre Dame turnover.
That is Tiani Key. Just came in off the bench for North Carolina, but the Tar Heels do lose it out of bounds. Well, every Thursday night, women's basketball takes over ACC Network. This week, Diamond Johnson, number 10, NC State, will be taking on Tanaya Latson, the conference's leading scorer. That should be a good one, starting at 6 p.m. and then Miami, Georgia Tech. After that, how about Miami with a big week?
An incredible week for Miami, beating North Carolina and Virginia Tech. I'm not sure anybody's had a better week in the ACC than Katie Meyer.
I mean, Boston College looking pretty good, though, too. They had a win earlier today against Florida State. They handed the Seminoles their first loss. NC State.
8 of the 15 teams in the ACC have at least one win over a top 10 team this season. I don't ever remember that happening. That is impressive about the balance of the league, and not all those wins are in conference. Some of those are in the non-conference. Notre Dame is the only team that has 2 wins against the top 10. They beat UConn and they beat Virginia Tech on the road.
The Irish, the ACC's highest ranked team, number 4 in the country this week. Jen Hildreth, the Hall of Famer, Debbie Antonelli, glad to have you with us on this Sunday afternoon in Chapel Hill. Tar Heels coming in hungry, in need of a win, in need of a conference win as Kelly can't get it to fall. There's a foul called against Notre Dame.
And see, if you move the ball, North Carolina has got to recognize Notre Dame switching on their man-to-man defense. And if you do that, and Deja Kelly can get several matchups on the floor that she can take advantage of off the bounce. That was one of them.
Second personal foul on Westfeld on the play. Kelly, another good look off the inbounds.
Deja Kelly is 2 for 11 from the floor.
Not the numbers you want from your leading scorer. Miles frustrated as that pass went out of bounds.
Notre Dame has 7 turnovers from 6 different players.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, whether you don't really want to spread the love in that statistic,
Yeah,
but at least it's not one player.
You never want to turn the ball over.
Under 10 for North Carolina. Chance to retake the lead on this possession. Kelly. Stolen by Miles. Now she's off and running. 9 in the game for Olivia Miles. Key from the corner.
Watch the speed up the floor, and this is exactly what you do as a guard. You run right up the backside of a post player because you're forcing Usby to have to sprint back and turn one way or the other. Whichever way she turned, Olivia was going to go on the backside. That was a big-time play.
9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for Olivia Miles, who you always have to be on triple-double watch for. She already has more than any other player in Notre Dame history, 3 in her short career.
Look at Ebo working in a crowd.
And Bransford just happy to be there and pick up the basketball after Ebo did the work for the rebound.
KK Bransford has a role on this team, and she plays it well. You're not going to see her take a bad shot. She's not going to shoot the 3. But she's going to offensive rebound and run the floor and take on defensive assignments and get herself to the free throw line.
Every Thursday at 10 Eastern, after our women's basketball doubleheader, the Nothing But Net crew has you covered to break down the night in the ACC. They'll have highlights, analysis of every women's game, look ahead to the best games on the schedule, coverage you can only get in one place, right here on ACCN.
Is Ivory Latta in the studio today?
I think she is.
All right.
Tar Heel legend joining our broadcast crew in studio.
One of the most fun players in the history of the ACC. As Paris knocks down the triple for North Carolina. That's their second 3 in the game. Ivory knows something about threes. She's the best three-point shooter in the history of North Carolina.
Talk about a fun player to watch. 1 point Notre Dame lead. It's going to be Notre Dame ball on the sideline. 12 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, one of the adjustments North Carolina is going to have to make at halftime is finding a way to get to the free throw line. They have not shot any free throws in the first half.
Bransford rolled off her fingertips. Usby comes away with it.
You got a 2 for 1 if you score quickly.
Hodgson. This crowd was ready to go crazy. Miles.
You can hold for 1.
No holding Olivia Miles. That is a blocking foul against North Carolina.
Let's take another look. Hodgson not there in time. Miles sees an advantage.
Second personal on Hodgson.
That's Kayla McPherson over there, the player for North Carolina that they're anxiously anticipating coming back from knee injury, back-to-back years.
Well, just even watching her a little bit before shoot-around today, you got an understanding of why. There's a lot that this young lady can bring when healthy, and she's getting closer.
Well, I asked her how she was staying fresh with her mind. She said, I'm watching film with Coach Banghart all the time, one-on-one. Coach Banghart's getting her ready in case they're ready to bring her back. I don't know what her timetable is. North Carolina's not sure.
Three-point Notre Dame lead. This top 25 ACC women's hoops matchup from Chapel Hill. Tar Heels for the tie. Left it a little short. And it will be the Irish who have a three-point lead, but a tight one here in Chapel Hill. So North Carolina hanging in search of their first ACC win. Notre Dame trying to stay perfect in conference play. They are 3-0 coming into today. Lots going on around the ACC. We mentioned Ivory Latta. Well, she's in studio with Kelsey Riggs.
Shooting the ball well leads to long rebounds and transition the other way and not building their D. They're going to start out in their matchup 3-2 zone to start the second half.
Miles looking for the back door to Citron. Kelly now looking the other way. Citron got her hands to the basketball, but goes out of bounds, so North Carolina will have it on the baseline.
I mean, if you actually watch Alyssa Ustby sprint, she puts it in another gear, and what that does is stretches the defense because she runs to the front of the rim so hard.
4 points in the first half for Ustby, one of those do-everything type players, and do it all with a lot of speed and intensity, too, for North Carolina. Kelly looking to get her shot to fall. Struggled in that first half, just 2 for 11.
Kennedy Todd Williams does have one of the three-point baskets that North Carolina made. Paulina Paris, the freshman off the bench, has the other.
Kylie Watson commits the foul on Todd Williams, her first. Same starting five for both teams back out on the floor to start the second half. Kelly pulls up. Miles. Out a window. And Ustby says, let's go, North Carolina. She gets down the floor. Can't finish.
Ustby's got to finish that.
Miles tried to dish at the last second through a lot of traffic. Up and down we go to start quarter number 3. Trouble for both teams hanging on to the basketball.
I thought there was a deflection. You got to play fast, but like John Wooden would say, not be in a hurry. North Carolina just has to execute better in the quarter court. They're lucky that it's a three-point game at this point in the game.
Westfeld, pretty shot from Maddie Westfeld. She's got 4.
With confidence. Pops to the elbow and sticks it.
North Carolina led by as many as 8 in the second quarter. Notre Dame now up 5. Todd Williams.
Will they run America's play? Reject the screen, drive baseline, re-screen, and Kennedy Todd Williams comes around for an open mid-range jump shot. Watch Westfeld sprint to her spot, catch it cleanly, and pivot on her inside foot and score. Very well done.
This Notre Dame team with the ability to score in a number of ways, with a number of players doing it. Ustby nearly takes it away. Said it's turnover now. Kelly with the ball in her hands. Miles stops her defensively. Is North Carolina getting the looks they want in the half court offensively? Hudson to Poole. That one could be good.
It's a couple of layups North Carolina has missed.
This is going to be a foul against Watson.
I mean, she just plows over Anya Poole.
Second personal on Watson. Stays in the game at the moment, although Lauren Ebo is coming to midcourt, ready to check in for Notre Dame.
You got to throw it in there. She's posting up wide open and then play through her. Poole, such a good screener and roller to the rim.
6 for Hodgson.
So there's no room to make that pass. That's the 10th turnover by North Carolina.
Mabry. Long look up the 4. Who else but Usby? First down the floor. And Citron getting back defensively. Mabry, that's how you make that pass. And Citron with a finish and one.
There's no question Notre Dame is excellent in their transition game. Look at that drop-off pass by Mabry. But I think North Carolina's best pace is fast. Because when the game is slowed down and they've had to execute in the quarter court, they have struggled. It's part of the reason why they're shooting 25% of the game right now.
North Carolina yet to score in this quarter. Notre Dame has 5, and Eva Hodgson picked up her 3rd personal foul on that play, so she's gone to the bench. Paulina Paris in for the Tar Heels. Here is Paris. Todd Williams. Pull-up just has not fallen for her today.
And see, that possession, they played through Poole. And Poole is a willing passer and screener. She didn't one time look at the basket.
Does she need to?
Once in a while, she might be able to swipe it through and take it to the basket. But I think she's such a good screener. She's going to get a break right now. North Carolina's had opportunities in this half.
Bransford had the ball tipped away. Usby Kelly on the break for the Tar Heels. There's North Carolina's first points of the quarter.
It's a 3-on-1 off their defense.
And there's a good crowd here in Carmichael this afternoon. They just needed a little something to get them going. They've got it now. Still a 6-point lead for Notre Dame. Turnover. Paris. Destiny Adams, sophomore, has it now for North Carolina. Paris working off the Usby screen.
See, the one adjustment North Carolina has made is trying to get back in transition, but they also are looking to attack the rim, so it's a little easier to get back in transition than the long threes.
Mabry into the paint, dishes to Ebo, and it's a foul. We will take a break. North Carolina coming, but Notre Dame still up 6. Some challenges mounting here for North Carolina because that last play was the 3rd personal foul for Kennedy Todd Williams. Hodgson already has 3, so some numbers to be wary of as the Tar Heels trail Notre Dame by 6 and are trying to get their offense going here in the second half.
Well, North Carolina has missed 3 close shots to the basket. And Notre Dame, who had 8 turnovers in the first half, has 5 turnovers in the first 5 minutes of this 3rd quarter. So Notre Dame has given them a chance to stay around.
Ebo on the free throw line. You mentioned the free throw disparity that North Carolina has yet to get there in the game, and Notre Dame was 8 of 10 from the line in the first half. Ebo good on both.
At least North Carolina, which is 1 for 5 in this quarter, has attacked the rim.
Yeah, they're getting good looks. I mean, that's the silver lining, I suppose. Gotta finish them.
If you're gonna pull up for that shot, you gotta make it.
6 points for Deja Kelly. Struggled to find her rhythm in the first half. Maybe that gets her going.
Yes, she's very capable. This game is not gonna finish without Deja Kelly having an impact on it.
Only meeting last year, North Carolina led by as many as 11 before Notre Dame eventually won in South Bend. Kelly had 22 in that game, and then Destiny Adams says, hello, little block from behind.
We were on the same passing angle as Olivia Miles. That was a wide open look to Ebo. Good recovery from behind.
6 to shoot. Westbeld stopped initially. Todd Williams playing with 3 fouls to Kelly. It bounces in. Maybe it did get her going.
Back-to-back buckets for Deja Kelly. Timeout, Notre Dame. Deja Kelly. The mid-range has been tough, but how about this transition triple? Take a lucky bounce once in a while.
North Carolina, she has 9 today, but both she and RJ Davis for the North Carolina men reaching the 1,000-point milestone a day apart earlier this week. RJ did it on Wednesday, Deja on Thursday.
A couple of really good North Carolina point guards.
1,000-point
RJ
guards.
Davis, I love watching him play.
And we'll see if Deja Kelly is starting to find her fire here for North Carolina. 22nd ranked Tar Heels trying to take down number 4 Notre Dame. They've cut into the lead. Ebo to Mabry.
The zone worked that possession. Good relocation by Mabry though off the penetration inside.
Adams to Usby through everybody to tie it up.
Well, Usby just runs by the Notre Dame defense.
7-0 Tar Heel run to tie us at 31. Second tie of the game. Ebo could not put Notre Dame back out in front. We pointed out, Debbie, that North Carolina was getting good looks to start this quarter, just not finishing them off. They've started to find their touch, though, these last few minutes.
This kid has played well off the bench for North Carolina. The freshman, Paulina Paul. Paris.
Now with Eva Hodgson on the bench with 3 fouls. Paris making the most of the minutes. Citron through the back door. Ebo, boy, she has been working the glass. That is now 14, tying a career high for the Texas transfer.
This is North Carolina. Usby's ability to rebound. And then eyes up the floor, advance pass. Good cut by Usby, who started the break with her rebounding ability.
Destiny Adams committing the foul on the putback attempt, puts Ebo back at the line. She's a perfect 3 for 3 so far.
Ebo 1 for 8 from the floor, Jen, but she has 14 rebounds.
Making an impact off the bench, as she has done all season long.
This might be one of those games first to 50.
It's been hard fought. We've had some spurts of offense for both teams. Started out that way. Adams. Tar Heels have made the last
39% three-point shooter with the green light. I thought Adams played well in the first half for North Carolina.
Miles into the paint and out for Mabry. Rebound, Ebo.
Ebo's just killing it on the glass. That's her 15th rebound.
But the Irish offense, which averages 84 points per game, second in the ACC, struggling to find its consistency against this Tar Heel defense. 2 Tar Heels down. It's going to be Notre Dame ball. I think Adams actually whistled for the foul, her second, while she was on the floor.
I mean, Usby, I like the thought, you know, hesitate. You're a 5 for 21 shooter from the floor, outside the arc. Don't shoot it, pass it. It's a good move by her, smart. There's a reason why you're open most of the time. Against these coaches in this league, with a scout and the high-level analytics that each of them employ in their scouting reports. No free throws for North Carolina.
And now you put the Irish's best free throw shooter on the line, and Citron makes 88%, does miss the first. Notre Dame in the bonus for this final minute of the quarter. Todd Williams. Back to Notre Dame. North Carolina coming in on the 4-game losing streak, 3 of those in conference play, but all of those conference losses have been close. They're in another tight one here. They've got the lead at the moment. They'd like to keep it that way.
They lost by 7 to Florida State, 3 to Virginia Tech, and 4 to Miami.
Citron. Irish have missed their last 8.
Citron with just 1 basket.
Usby wants the 3 and gets it.
That is in rhythm. That is a catch and shoot in transition. Her 6th triple of the season.
The Tar Heels 3 for 4 from 3 in this quarter to help them to a 5-point lead. Citron took her eye off it for a moment. Last shot could go to the Tar Heels. No foul.
Wow. That was close.
39-34. It is close here in Chapel Hill. We've got 10 more minutes to go. Who wants it? North Carolina trying to pick up ACC win number 1 of the season against number 4, Notre Dame. It's holding Notre Dame to its 2nd single-digit quarter of the game there in the 3rd. This is an offense that averages 84 points per game, but North Carolina looking for that first ACC win. The last time the Tar Heels started conference play 0-3, things turned out pretty well. That was the 2018-19 season. They wound up finishing 8-8, and big wins to help them get there. Well, number 1 Notre Dame, number 7 NC State. They've got a ranked Notre Dame team here at their home floor this afternoon, and NC State coming up as well.
NC State, they got to play Virginia on the road first, but then NC State next Sunday here in Chapel Hill.
By the way, our thanks to Matt Krause, the excellent radio play-by-play voice of the Tar Heels, for that information. 4th quarter underway. Big opportunity for North Carolina here in their home floor, and Helena Paris, the freshman out of Congress, New York, continuing to get some important minutes. She's fouled on her way to the basket.
She is going to go to the free throw line.
First time, better late than never, for the Tar Heels in the game.
I thought she played well at Virginia Tech. She's a freshman that's starting to come on for Courtney Banghart.
So the first free throw attempt, a miss for the Tar Heels. There's a little more information about Paulina. Naismith High School All-America honorable mention. She's got 6 points in the game. North Carolina, 6-point lead.
She's really the only new face for North Carolina this year.
Miles, no points in the second half for the Notre Dame point guard. Had 11 in the first.
Inside 10, she usually wants a ball screen.
She gets it from Bransford. That is a kick. .20 on the shot clock. And after the kick, and the Irish with it under the basket. Miles right back to Mabry. Keeps it, goes with her left. 7 in the game for Dara Mabry. Destiny Adams, Paulina Paris, 2 players off the bench for North Carolina. Here in this fourth, Ebo.
I mean, she blocked shots without even leaving her feet.
She has been a monster on the glass, a career day already. 15 rebounds.
I thought she was a good player for Vic Schaefer last year at Texas, helping them to an Elite 8.
Grad transfer joining the Irish this year. Here goes Miles with the left. She is fouled. That is the third personal on Adams. So now a trio of Tar Heels with 3. Adams, Hodgson, and Todd Williams. Miles an 80%, just about 79% coming into today, free throw shooter. She pulls Notre Dame within 3 now. Kelly rode the pressure from Mabry. Ends up losing the basketball. Mabry now wanting to hit it on the offensive end.
Mismatch with Ebo.
Harris knew it, drained it.
Smart. When you push in transition, you make the defense seek the level of the ball. That, if you run, you will get mismatches. Because someone has to stop the basketball. It's not always the person that you want matched up on the ball.
9 points off the bench for the freshman, Paulina Paris. Miles whips it inside to Citron. Tough basket.
Now that was a pass right over the head of Destiny Adams. She had no idea. The 5-hole in hockey. Shoot.
I mean, she's fun to watch.
That is a pass. We're on the same angle right here. Now watch this go sailing right over Adams' head. No look on a dime. Citron gets behind the North Carolina defense.
Citron able to finish, probably blistered her hands a little bit catching that ball. Held on, made the basket.
You gotta have high hands on the perimeter. That's one of the defensive habits. Courtney Banghart's asking for a team right now. Get your hands up.
Mabry turns the corner. Kelly is fouled. Good control on the dribble, draws the foul. That is the 3rd foul on Miles on that play. Well, we've seen some amazing fans across the ACC, and now we need your help. ACC Network wants to experience each sport from your perspective. So snap a pic, take a video, use the hashtag #AllTheDevotion. Might just see it on ACCN. Harris, boy, she's having a game.
Paulina Paris becomes the 2nd Tar Heel in double figures.
Mabry.
This zone has made Notre Dame hesitate. And there's Usby ahead of the ball.
Paris wants another!
Paulina Paris has averaged 10.5 points in the last 2 games. She's up to 14 in this one and playing well late.
Signature win. Not only if they can hang on here, would it get the Tar Heels their first ACC win of the season, but you take down number 4.
Well, this is how crazy the year has been so far in the ACC. I mentioned earlier, 8 of the 15 teams in the league have at least one top 10 win. Notre Dame has 2, UConn and at Virginia Tech. North Carolina knocked off Iowa State when they were number 5. If they could do this, they would knock off the number 5 and the number 14. That would give them 2 wins in the top 10. That's the way you bust out of a 4-game losing streak.
Well, North Carolina trying to pick up 2 top 5 wins for the first time since 2008-2009 season. And one player helping them do that, Debbie, in this 4th quarter, the freshman Paulina Paris, a point off her season high.
Well, I mentioned going to break, 10.5 points in the last 2 games. She's starting to come on for Courtney Banghart. And look at the plays that she's made here in the second half. Doing a great job of spacing behind the arc, relocating to knock down a triple. In transition, playing off the scissor cut, high off the glass with her weak hand, and then recognizing a mismatch, pulling the trigger on Ebo, picking her up in transition, and then again playing inside out. Paris with the hot hand, Usby with the right choice. What a game for the freshman so far.
She has 3 made threes, Paulina Paris, which is 2 more than the entire Notre Dame team. The Irish just 1 for 17 from 3 in the game. You talked about some other impressive performances. I mean, the number of top 10 wins across the league. We saw a few more today. Go down to Coral Gables, Miami, another big win. They take down Virginia Tech after beating North Carolina on Thursday night. And then Boston College, Florida State, not ranked, but the Seminoles were one of the remaining teams without an ACC loss until Boston College followed up that performance with a win against NC State on Thursday. The win down in Tallahassee.
Well, NC State bouncing back off that tough loss at home to Boston College. Miami, back-to-back big wins without Destiny Harden. Katie Meyer doing another Coach of the Year kind of job down there in Coral Gables.
Citron, the second made 3 of the game, and boy, did the Irish need it. A BC win, by the way, was at home earlier today. My apologies, not in Tallahassee. Paris to the basket, why not?
All right, little freshman, we're watching you. What a play.
11 points in the 4th quarter for Paulina Paris.
High hands, you got to guard the ball if you're North Carolina. And Notre Dame's got to play inside out. They're playing too much on top of the defense. Another turnover for the Irish.
15th of the game, it was Kassam Prosper, freshman who is an early enrollee, just joined this Notre Dame team after Christmas.
And Neil Ivey is well aware of some of the turnover issues that her team has suffered as Notre Dame tries to extend their defense. One of the first questions she got in her pregame presser the other day was, what are you doing about the turnovers? And she's addressing it. They're working at it. She had a great week of practice. She had practice players in, including Jewel Lloyd, Demetrius Jackson. There's a couple of ballers. Demetrius Jackson, of course, was a great player at Notre Dame for Mike Bray. And then Jewel Lloyd. Need I say more?
I should think not. Paris feeling unstoppable at the moment. Can't get that layup to fall.
High hands. With those 3 fouls, Notre Dame forced to play without Olivia Miles right now. I don't know how much longer Niele Ivey's going to keep her out. Because if they go a couple more possessions without a score, I think you might have to consider putting her back in.
Todd Williams stepped out of bounds. Okay, Bransford comes on for the Irish. No Miles yet.
Might be going a little offense-defense, Coach Ivey.
And Notre Dame, 12-1 on the season so far, 3-0 in the ACC. The only other unbeaten team in conference play is Duke. Just jumped into the top 25 this week. They're not in action today.
Destiny Adams really fighting to front.
Couple of screens for Mabry. Westbeld. Ebo again on the glass.
Ebo has been terrific on the offensive boards. That is her 7th offensive rebound. She's been challenging for North Carolina to deal with. Here's the long 3. Look at Ebo go to work inside. Citron holding off Deja Kelly, and Ebo with another bucket. That's 18 rebounds, 7 on the offensive end.
5-point Tar Heel lead, under 4 to play in Chapel Hill. Harris, Busby, Mabry takes it.
Turnover.
13th for North Carolina in the game. Mabry is fouled. Will be on the floor, Maya Forsberg tells us. That's the first on Paris. Second team foul on the Tar Heels. Westbeld. Ebo is trying to get positioning. They're going to say that Destiny Adams committed the foul. That'll be her 4th. She and Ebo were jostling for position.
Well, she's been working hard to front. I just mentioned in the last possession. Here she is trying to get around.
And the swim move from Westbeld caught Usby.
I was going to say, in the NFL, the previous play might have been uncatchable anyway. You know, so you don't throw the flag on that one. And I hate to say makeup call. We don't like to say that, especially with Tommy Salerno, the advisor for the officials, sitting right next to me. I'd hate to get in trouble. He's already posted me up a couple of times in the game.
Adams driving to the basket. She says, all right, foul on one end, I'm going to take it to you on the other, and she does.
Keep in mind, North Carolina had not been to the free throw line in the first 3 quarters of the game. Here in the 4th quarter, it's been Paulina Paris getting to the line, and now Destiny Adams getting to the line.
Yeah, this is still just the 2nd trip to the free throw line for the Tar Heels in the game. Both good for Adams, and she also drew the 3rd personal from Ebo on that last play. 7 points for Destiny Adams, who is out there playing with 4 fouls.
And Olivia Miles is back.
Is there some Miles magic to make a difference for Notre Dame here late? That post-to-post connection has been hard to find today for Notre Dame.
That's an uncatchable. Now if Westbeld takes one more dribble to improve that angle and drops it in. Notre Dame forced to pick up full court.
Time ticking away on the Irish. Their only loss of the season coming against UConn. Coming against Maryland, excuse me. Bounced back out the win against UConn after that Maryland loss. That Maryland loss, the only blemish for the Irish coming into today.
It was a Diamond Miller buzzer beater. for Maryland that knocked off Notre Dame. There's a nice backdoor cut by Citron.
And another dime from Miles to set her up. 5-point Tar Heel lead.
Who executes the best? Who takes care of the basketball here?
Deja Kelly, no hurry, 10 seconds to shoot now. Todd Williams is fouled.
I think she was trying to shoot, or was she trying to pass?
And that's the 4th foul on Ebo.
It doesn't matter because that's over the limit of team fouls for Notre Dame.
7th team foul of the quarter. So to your point, Todd Williams will be shooting 2 no matter what. And Ebo's going to have to go to the bench with those 4 fouls. Westbeld with 3, Miles with 3.
This is where I stick in how much I missed the 1-and-1. I'm still efforting to get on the rules committee. Got to believe there could be an ad hoc committee spot for me somewhere.
Well, Todd Williams makes good on both the free throws. 7 points. Tar Heels advantage. Miles, what does she want? Calls her own number.
Hands down, man down.
17 in the game for Miles.
Free throws for Kelly. Notre Dame has to try to extend this game as long as they can now. And what North Carolina needs to do is make free throws, get a stop, and then come down and move the ball. And Notre Dame will be looking to score quickly, and you do not need threes yet. You still can score quickly and extend the game.
Got to make your free throws when you get there. Todd Williams did the last time around. Kelly, about a 70% free throw shooter, misses the first.
It's still a 2-possession game, but you don't need a 3 unless that's the best shot available. Oh, and Westbeld stumbles and travels. You've got to be kidding me.
Really an unlucky moment there for Maddie Westbeld. She's caught her own feet.
Steal, trap, then you foul.
Miles leading the defensive effort, and that's against Todd Williams.
Oh, wow. What a play.
4th foul on Todd Williams, too, by the way.
You're aggressive going for the steal here. You get a deflection. Kennedy Todd Williams pushes off right there. Good call by the officials.
Timeout on the floor. North Carolina leading by 6. It is a Tar Heel timeout. And this is what they're trying to contend with, as they attempt to hang on and pull the upset against Notre Dame. They want to keep those players on the floor if they can. Destiny Adams has played some big minutes today. Todd Williams, of course, and Hodgson's really been limited.
So let's see what Courtney Banghart does here. Does she stay in the matchup zone, or does she switch to man? Notre Dame has to inbound the ball. Now, can Notre Dame get the ball inbounds against North Carolina's pressure? Sometimes you change defenses at this point just because they've been in the zone for so long. I would face guard Olivia Miles here and not let her catch. I'd make somebody from Notre Dame, someone else, handle the ball.
15 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists for Olivia Miles. And a big defensive play on that last one. She gets the ball back for Notre Dame. That was just the 4th team foul against the Tar Heels in the quarter, so the next one will put the Irish on the line.
North Carolina, no field goals in the last 4:15, but Notre Dame has made their last 3.
And should it come to it, will the three-point shot be there for Notre Dame when they need it? It has not consistently here today. They're 2 for 19 from 3.
They're staying in the zone.
Miles takes the 3. Adams, sky high rebound, and then it is a jump ball. Citron got her hands to it. It'll stay with Notre Dame.
What a play by Sonia Citron. North Carolina going back to their man-to-man. You want to switch on everything here.
Miles does get it into Mabry. Just over a minute to play. Dara Mabry, one of the best three-point shooters the Irish had, and just cannot find it today. 1 for 10 is Mabry from 3 in the game.
Yeah, you want Deja Kelly to handle the ball in this situation if you can. You can use your timeouts. North Carolina gets one. Good timeout by Courtney Banghart. I think Deja Kelly was losing her balance, and it was a trap coming on the sideline.
So minute 4 to play. Notre Dame's offense has struggled this afternoon, particularly from 3. 2-possession game, Tar Heels up 6, and we talked about the opportunity for North Carolina coming into this broadcast, and what a big opportunity it was. Well, they still have all to play for right now if they can hang on and keep Notre Dame at bay, as they've done most of the afternoon. 2 timeouts remaining for North Carolina. Sorry, Debbie. 1 for Notre Dame. Both teams in the bonus.
Run and jump by Notre Dame in the backcourt.
A little surprised that wasn't a foul on Citron, actually. Contact, but now there is one called. A little more time ticked off the clock. Goes against Bransford, her 3rd.
Close, competitive conference games all across the country. It's fantastic for the fans.
Deja Kelly on social media earlier this week reached out to the Tar Heel faithful, said, "We need you here in Carmichael on Sunday." Well, this crowd has had a lot to cheer for so far this afternoon. They want more. They want that first ACC win. They want that top 5 win. Tar Heels less than a minute away from getting both.
Can't give up any threes if you're North Carolina.
Miles takes the open 3. No. Kelly fouled by Mabry. She'll go back to the line.
And you can use a timeout there to advance the ball if you're feeling pressure in the backcourt. North Carolina has 2 timeouts remaining. Notre Dame with just 1.
After a slow start, Deja Kelly has found her way to impact this game, as we had a feeling she would.
Well, here's the thing about Deja Kelly. She went 2 for 11 in the first half. Okay, she's 2 for 4 here in the second, and she did other things, not just try to score up the bounce, and her teammates were able to get involved as well. So she rebounded and she took care of the basketball. She did some other things to help her team.
Kelly, a perfect 4 for 4 from the line in the 4th quarter. Largest lead of the game for North Carolina. They can smell it now. Turnover, just a little icing on the cake.
You got to go much quicker if you're Notre Dame. The North Carolina matchup zone, a problem in the second half for Notre Dame. Their best three-point shooter is Dara Mabry, and North Carolina did a good job of finding her. And Paulina Paris, the freshman for North Carolina, what a second half.
Now, but 3 of her points coming in the second half, so 13 of her 16 in the game as Espy tacks on another point.
And after North Carolina not shooting any free throws until the fourth quarter, they have gone 11 for 14 in the fourth quarter from the line.
But we say, better late than never. And the Tar Heels taking care of all the details, as you think you would have to, against a Notre Dame team that most would say has been the best in the league so far this season. Bransford fouled on her way to the basket.
What a swing.
So that will be the 5th personal on Destiny Adams, who had 7 points in the game. She'll head out. And she played a part. Had some big rebounds. Played some important minutes as other Tar Heels were also in foul trouble.
The largest lead for Notre Dame was 4 in the second quarter with 1:30 to play. They had a 3-point lead at the half. What a turnaround for the Tar Heels.
North Carolina on the verge of that first ACC win. Last time they started 0-3 in conference play was 2019. They went to the NCAA tournament that year. Tar Heels pick up ACC win number 1 of this season. See if that'll carry some momentum into the new year as they hold the high-scoring Notre Dame offense to their lowest output of the season.
What a win for the Heels. After losing 4 in a row and going 0-3 in conference play, this gets them back on track with 2 top 10 wins this season.
What an incredible day once again in ACC women's basketball. To get you caught up on all of it, we'll say goodbye from Chapel Hill and send you to the studio.